Congressman Ralph Abraham, candidate for governor Ralph Abraham. Hey, Mr. Ralph, welcome back to Keel. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Last time we had you on, we discussed this, and I apologize. Things got a little hectic during the news break. Well, actually, we had to go get coffee. But the point being, we remember you told us that you were both a veterinarian and a medical doctor, and we forgot which one came first. Refresh our memories, please.
The veterinary medicine degree came first. I graduated from Baton Rouge, of course, in veterinary medicine. Now, I practiced for 10 years before I went back and got my MD degree from Shreveport.
What?
You gave up the dogs, huh?
What?
Well,
He's probably got like 9 of them at the house.
Yeah.
Not to avoid getting into the meat of our phone call, but what was the motivation for that? I'm really intrigued because most vets I know, hell, all of them, are such devoted and caring people.
Oh, look, what we saw, Robert, was that, in the veterinary practice, we live and have grown up in the Louisiana Delta where we have the poorest of the poor of the nation. And we saw that, the people that brought their pets to us, they did not have access to medical care in a lot of instances, especially primary care and, specialists. So Diane and I, we sat down and talked about it and said, look, we might can do this. And we were fortunate enough to get accepted into the LSU School of Medicine right there in Shreveport. And so once we got the MD degree and did an internship, we came back, exactly to the same area that we had the veterinary practice in and treated those same people that now were my patients that were bringing their dogs and cats to us. So, we just wanted to get back to the community.
You might want to fix your WikiLeaks. It says you went to LSU New Orleans for your medical license. FYI.
WikiLeaks.
Shreveport, yeah, we Baton Rouge for veterinary medicine and Shreveport for a medical degree.
I saw a billboard you have up in Shreveport that says, it's pretty much you're introducing yourself to our market, but it says something to the effect of, and I wish I could quote it, for oil and gas, for business, for you, something like that. And I saw it, Congressman, and I thought, man, you left a lot of big things out. Was it just those are the key issues for you, or those are the issues you want to focus on in our market? Can you explain that?
Well, a little of both there. Now, we are 50th out of 50 for the third consecutive year in everything, and that is certainly job opportunity, labor, health care, you name it, we're last. And we've got to start picking our main targets to hit. And, of course, I've said throughout this campaign that jobs have got to be priority. And, oil and gas is still one of our leading employers in the state and have been, but now they're on life support because of our legal climate, our legacy lawsuits. So, that's where we want to hit. Certainly agriculture is still a big issue. We go to taxes. They're too many, too complicated, and too much across the board. It's such a target-rich environment that we need to address, but you've got to start somewhere, and jobs have got to be priority. I've always said during this campaign that, a good job for that particular man or woman will cure 80% of our state's problems because that living wage is what we've got to have to pay back into the system and get this economy started.
Mr. Ralph, a recent Bureau of Labor Statistics report said from July of last year to July of 2019 this year, Louisiana, the only state in the USA to lose jobs.
And that's not what our state is putting out, though.
What's your plan to fix that?
Look, it's not rocket science, Robert. It's basically economy 101, and that is allow people to have that opportunity to incentivize those businesses to build, stay, hire. We know that businesses have just been hemorrhaging out of the state. Texas is bringing in about 1,000 people a day. Their business is booming. We are losing hundreds of people a week because we don't have any business. So we've got to incentivize our businesses. I go back to our tax structure. It's too complicated. Our rates are too high. We have one of the highest corporate taxes in the South. We know personal income tax is too high. We know franchise taxes need to go away. We need to phase out inventory tax. I mean, the list goes on. And, you know, what I see more on the trail than anything is that people don't have any disposable income left at the end of the month because they don't have that great job that we want them to have. We know our car insurance rates are the highest in the nation. And it's not that people don't want to be insured. They just can't afford their insurance. Right now, the middle and low income of the state are paying up to 20% of their income for car insurance only. That's crazy.
Let me ask you this, Congressman. The Workforce Commission Secretary sent out a report saying we have good news on the jobs front, that people looking for work has declined by 14,000 over the last year. That's horse hockey. Those people have either left the state or quit looking. Is that accurate?
That's a lot of smoke. You're right, Aaron. It's smoke and mirrors that they're using. But again, people have stopped looking for jobs. They are correct because there are no jobs. They're leaving the state. You know, we've lost 68,000 people in the last 3 years come home. So, yeah, they have stopped looking because the jobs, it's not that they've got jobs. They've stopped looking because there are no jobs.
Mr. Ralph, three of my favorite legislators, Alan Seabaugh, Dodie Horton, Raymond Cruz, the ones I lovingly call the Trinity of No. I was at a get-together with them not too long ago, and I asked all three, is there a way to fix the tax system in Louisiana, the tax structure, the overregulation without a constitutional convention? And they said, yeah, but it's going to be hard. Are you that guy to fix that?
Yes, indeed. Look, leadership is something that we will do first day out of the box. And Article 7 of the Constitution addresses taxes and revenue. And with a good legislature, just like those three you mentioned and many more, we're going to have I hope what's called a supermajority of fiscal conservatives after these November elections. And with me as the governor, we move mountains very quickly. So, yeah, we get in a room and we may have to rewrite one article, but you don't have to open up the Constitution to do that. You just fix it, and that's what that's what we're going to do. We're just going to fix this issue.
Ralph, one more thing, our last 30 seconds.
Sure.
Do you pledge today not to call for an increase in taxes on any front if you're elected governor?
That's correct. Anything that the local people do, we will. If they want taxes, we're going to try to offset that. We want to certainly be lower taxes. Cut.
No higher gas tax, no higher income tax, nothing.
Whatever comes down, if it has to be done on a local level, and the local people decide that, my pledge is that it will be tax neutral or tax negative. We will make it a overall less tax burden on the taxpayer. That is a pledge that you will hear, and I will hold to that every day.